We're going to turn to Tennessee, where people are grieving after Wednesday's shooting spree in Memphis. 4 people were killed and 3 others were injured. A 19-year-old suspect has been arrested. So Manuel Bojorquez is in Memphis, and he's been following this story for us. It's such a strange tale, Manny. What have we learned about the victims?
Yeah, just a horrible situation that the city is confronting here as we are starting to learn a little bit more about the 4 people who were killed and the 3 who were injured in what largely appeared to be random attacks, according to police. According to the Commercial Appeal, which is a local newspaper here in Memphis, one of the victims is a 24-year-old man who was a father. This is somebody who is described as wanting to partner up with a friend to open up a food truck that would also help to feed the homeless population here in Memphis. There's also a GoFundMe page for a woman who's described as a nurse from West Memphis, Arkansas, who is also said to be a mother. So you're getting to learn now about some of the victims, but also some of the family members that are left behind. The connection between the victims and the suspected shooter, that 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly, is still unclear. There was one shooting that happened in the overnight hours early on Wednesday. It's unclear what precipitated that attack. But from all accounts, according to police, the ones that happened later on during the day, in the afternoon and the evening hours, those that paralyzed parts of the city and led people to shelter in place while police were looking for that gunman, those all appear to be random at this point.
So we know that he live streamed some of these shootings. Did he say anything? Do we have any indication what a motive might be here?
You know, nothing that would be described as a motive. So police are still piecing all of this together. The suspect is expected to be in court later today, where we may learn some additional details about what may have been going on in his mind. What we do know is that this was somebody who was not a stranger to law enforcement. This was someone who had been convicted of aggravated assault in years past, sentenced to 3 years for that charge, but did not serve the full sentence. That is something that the mayor of Memphis has come out and expressed anger about, essentially flagging questions about why this person was released, saying if he had still been in prison, he would not be able to carry out these attacks. So clearly, according to the mayor, that's something that they want to look into and are trying to learn more about. But again, he's expected to be in court later today, where we may learn more about a possible motive in this case. It remains unclear so far.
All right, Annie, thank you very much.